Hello and welcome to Hidden Assets. I am Chris,
And it's Steven.
and we're back from a long hiatus on from Christmas. And
Yeah, holidays.
yeah, how was your holiday, Stephen?
Pretty good. Just some travel. It was a long, like 4.5 weeks without Netrunner. It was major Netrunner withdrawal.
Yeah, I didn't play a single game of Netrunner either. I just wrote an article, which you could check out on our new website, by the way.
Yeah,
Whoa,
it's coming together.
it is
It's
coming together. Yeah.
like a slow work in progress.
And what's that address, Stephen?
It is hidden-assets.net.
That's
I
correct.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I should know. But... All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're watching a game that happened, I don't know, a long time ago.
December
It's a
7th.
tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Tournament at Math and stuff, right?
That's right. Yep. This is that tournament we did beginning of December, and yeah, it was a good one. We just sort of stopped in the middle of it. But on the left, this is the third round. On the left, we have Thomas. Thomas is playing Blue Sun, and
Yes.
that is
Is
me
this
on.
just a Keystone deck?
It's a little different. It's
Okay.
yeah, it's a little different. And on the right, that's me. And you saw me in the last video playing Nasir, sort of
Yes.
my thing, I guess.
You're always playing Nasir.
I'm always playing Nasir, and did pretty good in the last round, and now trying to take on the evil blue empire.
Yeah. Oh man, I am trying to remember back to this tournament. It's like, oh, it's been at least a month.
Yeah, it's been a long time. A lot of things have happened. The source came out, and we
The
got
source didn't do too much. Actually, no. Errand Boy is really good in Blue Sun.
Is it? Have you had time
Yeah.
to? Oh,
Well,
that's pretty
it's
cool.
like it's good in any Wayland deck, or it's 3 sub-ice, but in Blue Sun it's particularly good because you res it, and you can like draw 3 cards or gain 3 cards, and then you can just bounce it back and gain your 4.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That's cool.
3 pop-up windows.
Yeah, that's cool.
What does suck though is it's really bad in front of R&D because you don't want to be drawing cards.
Right.
Or no, HQ, sorry.
HQ, yeah.
Because I had it in front of HQ and someone had like 3 R&D or HQ interfaces out. I was like, well, I guess I'll just take the money.
Yeah. So we just saw Thomas use Jackson. He got an opening hand with a bunch of agendas. Drew for those agendas, then shuffled them back in. He had like 4 in hand or some ridiculous thing. So,
Yeah.
and I got off to a pretty solid start. I've been getting very lucky with my draws, I have to say. But got my workshop, got RDI, and a Deus Ex. So just in case there's some weird shenanigans. I don't know why I played that exactly, but usually Blue Sun doesn't run any AP, but you never know.
Yeah. It can always... I don't know. I've seen Blue Sun decks that have a single Shinobi just because it can blow out games.
Yeah, or a Giannis.
And then yeah.
Yeah, also irritating. With Shinobi's
Shinobi's
pretty
cool because
yeah.
they have enough money to like really win that trace.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think Blue Sun is kind of cool because you can import in a lot of weird ice that is just really expensive, and it just doesn't really impact your economy.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from losing some clicks.
So it looks like Thomas is sitting on 2 agendas: a C source, a root, and something else. I didn't catch it, but
Yeah.
it's-
Man, his
his
weirdo
is that a
credit
Wendigo?
counters.
Yeah, I like those. I was telling him I like
No,
those.
they're cool. They're really disorienting to like get used to when everyone else plays with
Right.
all the other ones because they're the weird bars. I like
Right.
them, but they look cool. They're just
Yeah, I think they don't work very well on that mat because they kind of blend in.
yeah.
It's a busy mat.
Yeah, they look really cool. It's really hard to tell what's going on because there's like 2. The red ones are 2, I think.
The
oranges
blue
are
ones are
5.
2. The blue ones are 2. The reds
Yeah.
or the oranges are 5.
Yeah, like there's 2, 3, and 1s, and like They can easily.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track of. So I always like when I was playing him, I just had to continuously ask like, how many credits do you have? And I always felt bad about that.
All right. So
But
I've got quite my rig is building slowly. This is exactly what I want to see.
is this
Um,
the ice destruction deck?
yeah, this is a
Yeah.
parasite worm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You're in
This
a good
deck is
position.
yeah. This has been a really good position for me. I've always though had trouble with dealing with Blue Sun, not because I can't like get through their ice or anything, but because I just get really aggressive and really impatient. And he's already got a Sea Source and a Scorch in hand, so put like four
Yeah.
agendas. Yeah, so man,
Nasir has a hard time keeping enough money to beat those traces, and Blue Sun is so good at just hosing you.
yeah. They tend to play a couple of low strength ice too, and he plays Wendigo. I've played him before, the
Oh,
last
man,
tournament.
I
And
love Wendigo.
Wendigo's very good. It's very good against Nasir, by the way.
Oh yeah,
In case you want something else that hoses Nasir, it's like two res cost, four strength. You can't use your program. That's really bad. It's like okay.
and hunters are also really good.
Yeah, hunters are good. Yeah,
It's like you will now lose this trace.
yeah. So I've got SMC, RDI, and he's locked down RDI, R&D rather, sorry, with a toll booth and an oversight AI. Uh, the other glared cards you can see on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen are Mimic and a Parasite. And I just dropped an Order of Soul, so I'm getting ready to sit back and kind of build my rig.
So are you just gonna like? So what do you do in this situation against Blue Sun? Do you just aggressively draw until you find a Plascrete?
Yeah, this is
Because
what
you
I'm
are
supposed
just
to be doing. Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
yeah. But I'm trying to build my rig while I'm doing that and kind of make runs where appropriate. So
But
right
you don't
now,
want a successful run though. Is the problem?
right? Yeah.
Like, so would you run and then just immediately jack out? Like,
Yeah, I could do that.
run before successful?
Right.
Is that
Yeah.
like the strategy Nasir should be doing to like try and get money from ice res? Um,
I think that's a pretty decent tactic in this matchup. One of the things I'm worried about though with Wendigo is like you run into Wendigo and you go, "Oh, okay, well I've got 2 credits. I can't really use that on anything, although I can use my SMC to go get my zoo, which is fine. It won't do anything. I'm worried about like some sentry behind that Wendigo because that'd be pretty tough to deal with. But yeah, generally speaking, in this matchup, you just aggressively draw for your Plascretes, and once you find a Plascrete, you can kind of like run a little bit more normally. Um,
I mean, trade-in is not like the best card to play, but would you consider playing trade-ins just to get that Plascrete out faster? Like
no,
in these matchups?
no, I don't. I don't like trade-in at all. Like the problem with trade-in is that you have to put a card in your deck that's bad, and then install
Yeah.
it, and then use a card to get rid of it to go get a better card. So why not just play a bunch of better cards? I don't know.
Like, would you consider? I guess you're playing or not playing Desperado, but if you put a single Desperado in, and then you had Plascretes, and then
Yeah, I mean that's a fine idea. I think using trade-in to find Desperado, save some influence is cool.
but then you could also use it for these matchups of like Blue Sun, you need that Plascrete.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I think it's a decent way to go about it. So he scores his Atlas, but
No counters?
No counters. Yeah. So
Oh,
I'm
wow.
so far okay. I'm not worried too much. I just have to say, like last time Thomas and I played, it came down to a kind of chokehold he got on me, where I either needed to score the next agenda that he put down in a remote, or he
Mhm.
would either win, and if I scored it, he would kill me. So it was pretty bad. It was a bad situation.
that's kind of like the Wayland tactic. At least
Yeah.
when you're playing like that super modernism, like no choice is a good choice
Yeah, yeah.
strategy.
And Thomas is a very strong player. Like he's kind of a
Yeah,
no nonsense
he is
sort
very
of
good.
player. Yeah, very very patient. Like the way he plays, he just sort of he's kind of like Ash from Alien. He's kind of a little bit robotic in that way, but in a kind of charming sense. Like
He waits for the runner, like he waits for his opponent to make
Yes,
mistakes, and
yeah.
then just he really capitalizes on those.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
Um,
It's something that's very hard to learn. I'm not that good at it yet, actually, myself. I tend to play more proactive decks, I think.
yeah, I think I do. I do the same. Brandon always says I play very deliberately, so
Yeah, yeah. That's good, though. So he picks up, Thomas picks up his toll booth, gains 8 credits, and now I should be worried about C double scorch pretty much. Although, it's not super likely that Blue Sun will draw into C double scorch by this time of the game, though it's happened before. So I need to start getting my Plascretes out there.
so
Um,
a guy that was playing yesterday, Maxwell, he was instead of playing Blastoise, he was just playing Fall Guy, and Fall Guy just hoses the Sea Source plan, or
huh.
not Fall Guy, Decoy.
Oh, decoy. Yeah.
Would you consider doing Decoy in Nasir to like negate Sea Source?
Someone has actually mentioned that before, but it's 2 influence. If there
Is
was
it
a,
two? I thought it was one.
no, it's 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's never mind.
If it was 1, yes, I would totally do that. But it's just, Nasir has to spend. I think Elad said this really good. The Canadian national champion said it really well. That Nasir has to spend influence on cards so that he doesn't insta lose. It's kind of how it works, right? So you have to like
Yeah.
build your deck in a way that you have like Parasite or maybe David or maybe like in this case it's Parasite Worm instead of David. But you have to spend that influence on cards that keep you in the game as opposed to cards that are kind of like flavor, which is weird. It's kind of a weird way to think about building a deck.
Yeah. Um, Here, let me pull up the draft card that I was thinking of. It's the it was in System Crash, so it's coming out sometime in San Cycle. It's the console, the criminal console.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That just you trash it to prevent a tag, and it gives you one link.
That's a pretty
Like,
cool card. I actually really like it. Costs 1, right?
yeah, it costs one, so I'm trying to find it to see how much influence it is. But if it's like one influence, could that be like the next? Yeah, it is one influence.
That's
Could that
pretty
be like
cool.
the Nasir console?
It could be. I mean, Astrolabe is good. Toolbox is good. It could be. Just dodging one tag is very good.
Yeah,
Um,
avoid or remove one tag,
or
and you just
remove.
trash it.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's not bad. That's not bad. They could
like
see score. They could see you, or they could whatever see scorch you. They could scorch you once, and you can remove the tag, and they can't kill you.
oh no, they C source you, and then you just immediately remove the tag.
Yeah, I know. I kind of like
Or
the
yeah,
idea of like getting one of the scorches out of their hand though, just in case. Like from a tactical perspective, like less likely that they'll be able to go grab it from the archives. But yeah,
yeah.
and they might have another C source somewhere. But yeah, I know what you mean.
But once that comes out, do you think you would consider using that instead of
I'll definitely give it a try.
plastics?
Yeah, no, I'll definitely give it a try. It's like one of the things I like to do is I pretty much tried everything with Nasir now. Like I feel like I've tried almost every single possible console you could use. Um, and
As a
there,
note, that card is called Forger. For
Forger.
those.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'll
So
try
does
it
he
out.
have a? Yeah. So the sort or the route is online, right?
Roots Online. He rezzed Caduceus with it, and I'm going to interact with that somehow. I'm probably going to kill it. That's what I should be. I should just kill it with Worm
I
Parasite.
mean, you have you
It'll-
have two link. You
I
could
do.
just continue to walk through it.
I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a bad idea.
Like you have the two links, so it's not that bad.
Let's see what I do here. Looks like I'm
Ah,
just going to break it. That's okay. I think that's a fine play. Like I guess it's not the best play, but seeing nothing. An Ash.
yeah, leaving the. I guess he can't afford to leave the route unprotected.
Well, so far it is unprotected, but that's his hand sitting on top of it right there.
No, I know, but I'm just like because he knows if you encounter an ice, you just won't have enough to trash it.
Oh, right. Yeah. So what would you have done there? Would you have trashed Ash with the Ghost Runner credits, or would you have let it sit there?
Um, mm, Probably trashing it, just because actually no, you have two Link. You should be fine.
Right. And I have a
Like,
toolbox that's almost online at 6. It's the
yeah.
bottom left of my workshop shenanigans.
And once the toolbox comes online, like
4 Link is pretty
traces,
good.
yeah, like then like you're actually completely okay with him like wasting all of his money to beat that trace
hmm
because trace on Ash is 3, correct?
It is 4.
Oh, it is a 4.
hmm
I mean, then he just needs to have more money than you.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It's fine. It just makes him spend more money. And now he has the Atlas with the token, and now I need
that's
to be
bad.
drawing for my Plascrete. And yep.
Because yeah, right now you're sitting on 5 cards, so he's all he needs to do is money up, and then he can kind of just win.
I feel like exactly. I feel like I haven't really been using Worm at all. I didn't use Worm at all this tournament, and I think that was a problem with me actually. I should have been actively blowing up ice, but I just wasn't. Like I should have been until he scored that Atlas, I should have been running more aggressively. I should have been poking his hand. And now I'm kind of like need to find a Plascrete or I'm dead.
Yeah, that's the rough position.
Yeah. There's another workshop. There's a Fem.
I mean, I know blowing up workshop isn't like the best play, but like using that C source and just blowing up the workshop with all that stuff on it.
Yeah, it's not a bad play, but I
Like,
guess he just doesn't want to. I
yeah,
would
he'd
be
rather
worried.
save it.
Yeah, I guess he'd just rather go for the kill. Let's see if he does that.
So you run R&D again?
Yeah, that's a
That's
mistake.
yeah.
Yeah.
With the one Atlas counter, that is. I don't think. Well, you might be able to money up enough. Probably not,
No,
because you can
I
get
think so.
6 from. Yeah, that's
Because he can get 3 from Caduceus.
or
Oh,
6
6
from the
from the
root.
root. Oh, 6
Yeah,
from the root. That's what I was thinking. I completely forgot that. I
it's
even forgot now.
anything.
It's anything you can bring back to your hand. Yeah, and so C
And
Devil Scorch. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not much I could do about that. I shouldn't have run. I shouldn't have run. Oh my goodness. Oh no.
I mean, I think part of the problem with Nasir is it's so mentally taxing to play him and play against him.
Yeah.
But like the burden is on you because you have to play him all tournament.
Yeah. Yeah. I think though, just being a little bit smarter about how I ran there, I should have been drawing up. Seeing that play makes me just, man, wish I could have taken that back. It's like no run, no run, just draw, draw, draw. Wasn't there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would have taken a while. Well, Thomas takes down the
that's
first
rough.
round, and we're gonna switch to the other side, and I'll be right back.
All
And
right.
we're back, guys.
Yeah, back and it's Andromeda, the reigning queen versus Near Earth Hub.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like I like the fact that you play a mentally taxing runner, and then to make up for that, you play like a fairly standard like Near Earth Hub deck that requires a little bit less thought. I know Near Earth Hub like we malign Near Earth Hub by saying it takes no thought to play.
It kind of
Um,
does, but
like
like
it
it is
plays
hard to
itself.
play.
Yeah, it takes thought, but it's like it does kind of play itself sometimes
Yeah.
when it's just like, well, like AstroScript is scored.
Yep.
Drew into an AstroScript. Play AstroScript. like,
Yeah.
I know there's like I malign it sometimes, but it's like it is like it's cool that you thought about it.
Well, I just was worried that, and I think a lot of people have kind of thought about this. I know that Elad, when he took his Nasir deck to a tournament, recently took it down actually, which is great. Congrats, man. He played NEH as well, and I'm pretty sure the logic is that it takes a long time to win a game with Nasir sometimes, but you can potentially win with NEH in like 5 minutes. So like
Yeah.
that gives you a lot more room to play conservatively with Nasir, in my view. So,
I mean,
um,
it's like if you decide to play an RP deck, like it's going to take like it's going to grind them down. So you need to like have a really fast runner.
right. Yeah, and this version of NEH has been very solid for me all tournament, and this is the first Andy I've played. I believe, yeah. I will go on to play another one, I'm sure.
What's interesting right now is the league at Raygun. Andromeda is missing from the like out of the 17 people participating. I think there's 6 or 7 Leelas, no Andromedas.
Really? So
Yeah.
tell everyone why exactly no one's playing Andromeda.
So the league format's kind of cool. So so we always play on Tuesday, and you get paired with an opponent on Sunday. But the quirk is that on Sunday, the organizer Brandon he emails everyone your pairings, and the pairings include what IDs you'll be playing. And so, like at the beginning of the league, you select your 2 IDs, and so you have this element of being able to like kind of tech your deck against your opponent's deck. So, for instance, like you don't need to put in Plascreets if you know you're not going to be playing against Scorch. Like Scorch and Engineering in the future is pretty rare, so like maybe you don't play with Plascreets.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, it's really interesting just because it's so much more different, and it lets you create effectively bad decks.
So
Not bad as in they're bad that you would never take them to a tournament. They're
right.
really narrow.
They're narrow. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So like the reason you wouldn't play Andromeda is because everyone would just splash Sweeps Week.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if that's such a bad thing though. You still have the best identity as a runner, so it's not the worst thing in the game.
But it's really cool when you can be like, oh, I know I'm playing RP or I'm playing Industrial Genomics, so then I can like put in asset destruction cards or
right.
You can put it like it lets you play with cards that you would normally never put into a competitive deck.
Right. You can effectively you can change your deck throughout the tournament.
Yeah.
Right.
And then so like there's 4 rounds of this, and then the final thing is so doing well in this league seeds you really well in the like final tournament. So like at some point on a Saturday there will be a championship bracket, and so the people who do really well in this league get seeded, so they get a bye the first round.
Right.
And then I think it's single elimination.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's different, and it's just very different, and it's enjoyable. But getting back to the game at hand,
Yep.
things are not looking so good.
No. I tried to sneak out a breaking news. And he didn't fall for that, and then he sniped a Astro right off the top of my deck. So bad RNG for me, but what can you do? Take a 1. Grabs another one. Man.
But yeah, I was like,
This
out
is-
of agendas to steal.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, it doesn't help him, actually. It doesn't help him that much. I mean, this is my experience with Near Earth Hub. Is sometimes I just have the best games, and it's impenetrable, and other games it's just simply horrible, and I never get anything going. It's like you can win off of very little with this deck, but
It's just a swingy deck.
yep. So that's a pretty solid play for me. Go get my Astro script with a Shipment from Sansan. By the way, Shipment from Sansan was by far the MVP of this deck. Yeah.
I think it's a really good inclusion because it gives you quite a bit of resilience against Near Earth Hub.
Yeah.
Or not Account Siphon.
Account Siphon. So it's good against Andy. Yeah. It's good against Andy and Gabe, and it just, It's really good. It's fun. It's really fun
Because
to be
like,
able to go like res San score Astro for 6, or Biotic score Astro for 5. Like that is scary. Like
or just being able to score, a Beal from 0 credits with a Astroscript token. Like
yeah,
that can seal out the game.
yeah,
You know?
absolutely
Or you can score breaking news. Like,
true.
just,
Yeah. Yep. So I'm at 2 points, and I do have an Astro online, which is good. Thomas has 4 points, so he's looking very good. Move my stuff over so it's not in the pile of credits. Um, he's he's not quite rigged up yet, but he's got his ferry, he's got his corroder, which is doing quite a lot of work, and security testing. Of course, security testing that remote. Gain some credits.
I like
Man,
this inclusion of the supplier. Like, I think it's pretty slick.
yeah, supplier is really good in Andy. I like it a lot. I like it in Leela as well. Here's a legwork. Oh man, I need to find some more ice. That's just that's just bad.
He's got all the
Legwork. He's
tools.
like legwork. I'm like, oh wait, that's R&D. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Yep, and he gets it. He's like, oh man. So this is what you don't do when you're playing NEH is just have the wraparound and ice up archives. That's a bad idea.
So why did you ice up archives?
I believe I dumped an agenda in there. I was flooded.
Ah, man. Sweeps
Yeah.
for 2.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't really like my chances right now. Oh man, the tournament's gone for a long time. That's my problem with tournaments. Like after the fourth round or third round, I just start to get like a little dazed.
It's too much netrunner. Like, I think 4 is the maximum number of rounds you can play before you just start, like, you just
Going
start
crazy.
tilting.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's really bad.
He's gonna go check this thing. It's a Sansan. Leaves the Sansan. Trashes the Jackson. Oh no, sorry. I'm using the Jackson. See, there's the agenda I didn't want him to get. And I shouldn't have iced archives. No. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, you live and learn. Sometimes you make bad plays and you get better from them.
Yep.
I do generally like the wraparound in front of R&D to start, though. Or not R&D, sorry, HQ to start. But it's always good to get like a quandary there. Make him go get some other stuff.
Or an Eli.
And Eli, yeah. And actually, Thomas is playing this very smart. He knows I'm not scorching somehow. He's probably seen my biotics, but he knows
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
saw
scorching.
2 biotics. So,
Yeah. So he's keeping his hand size at 3. You were asking about that last game, actually.
yeah.
If you played with lower hand size, Thomas is doing it, and it's working in his favor.
Yeah. I know. Have you seen the deck lists for Near Earth Hub that run 2 Scorches, 2 Biotics?
Yeah, I think they're pretty good. They just don't play Architect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like playing Architect. I think it's great. It forces them to burn their ferry, usually.
It is an annoying piece of ice.
It's really good.
Architect.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It always costs 2.
Yep. Actually, late game, what I like to do is just break the. You don't look at the top 5 cards of R&D, especially with Nasir because he's gonna lock R&D, and they usually put it over R&D. So you can break the one subroutine and let them install from hand if it's like last couple turns, and not really worry about it too much. Especially if they're trying to draw to find their last agenda, right? So
Yeah.
So putting some stuff down, probably going to gain some credits because I am poor. I'm a poor Chris.
Yeah. Criminals are they're good.
Yep,
It's like blue cards are good cards.
they are good cards. I'm just looking for the second Astro script. So I'm pretty sure I've got enough points in my hand to win it, and this is a problem because
Yeah.
he can pay through this. Doesn't cost him 5. That's not too much.
He's doing a really good job of keeping you poor. Like he blew up pad campaign.
Yeah. So
And
this is a good play from him. He runs through or runs into Eli, gets me to res it, and then runs back through R&D, pays through, and sees the fast track. So now he knows that I'm going to be able to find my Astro script if I want it. And that's really what I want to do here. I want to get some money, I want to find Astro script, and I want to score it immediately.
Yep.
Right? So I want to keep my hand size at 5. Because if in the event that he tries to legwork me,
just need to even out those odds.
yeah. This game is such a gamble at times, but makes it so fun. It makes it so much
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, Near Earth Hub always feels really swingy. You either just demolish or you get demolished. Like it seems very rare where there's like really tight Near Earth Hub games.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, I have a lot of tight near Earth hub games, especially against Andy. I tend to have very close ones. Last one against James was very close as well. Um, so he's gonna bounce off my quandary, and he's thinking about running HQ for 5. He does.
And what does he pull?
And the fast track. All right, that's good. So now he's down to 4 credits. That's perfect for me because now, let's see, looks like he's going to trash the. Yep.
Yeah, credit up and trash it.
Credit up and trash the, what is it? What's that
Marked
called?
accounts.
Marked accounts, that's right. So now is the time to fast track because he's broke, and I'm pretty sure he knows it. I know he can get through by clicking through. He can, but
And pay 1.
pay 1.
It's
So he needs 3 credits to legwork that. So he'd have to go. No, but he couldn't do it. He couldn't legwork and get through.
he could. So he would security test
Oh,
gain
yeah.
3
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
legwork and click through it.
Don't fast track yet. He checks the San. That goes back.
It was probably good that you didn't legwork or you didn't fast track.
I do see a legwork in his hand. Legwork and an inside job. Both are kind of scary right now. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's a Mr. Lee. Which he'll put on the supplier right now. And draw pop-up window. That's what I'm looking for. I've been looking for pop-up windows. I've been looking for more ice. This deck plays very low amounts of ice. It plays, I think, 15 or 16. So this deck is not going to be around much longer. As soon as Order and Chaos comes out, Edward
think there's that
Kim
many
is going to demolish
tools.
it. No, Edward Kim's going to demolish it. Yeah.
Edward Kim is good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's going to completely demolish it.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he will. I mean, the amount of accesses that you get that are operations, quite high in this deck because there are a lot of operations. Yeah. I mean, other versions of NEH will do fine, like more Glacier builds or more Architect builds.
You'll just need to play a bit more ice, I think. Like I think the core like NEH Astrobiotics will still exist.
Right.
I think the ice composition will just need to change.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I might go to Scorched Earth. I've been thinking about it. Looks like he's Mr. Leeing. He's looking for some solutions here. Probably looking for money, is my guess.
He's looking for a code gate breaker.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's right. He doesn't.
That's
have
what
one.
he needs.
Looking for his code gate breaker, maybe a data sucker.
And code gate breaker or special order.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Mr. Lee though. It's surprisingly good.
Yeah, I like floating 1 in an Andromeda deck because you You know, if you get it, you're like, yay. If you don't get it, you're like, I don't care. You know, it's like he doesn't make or break the deck in a lot of ways. He's just sort of like happy. You're happy to see him.
Mhm.
Uh,
It's just a good card.
yeah, it's a good card. Yeah, it's very good with the supplier too. Like installing it for one is fantastic.
Yeah, it reduces a lot of the pain of having to play Mr. Lee. Like when you have to just hard cast him, it feels pretty bad.
Yeah.
And checking the remote game. And that must be a Jackson.
Yeah, it is a Jackson. You'd always tell when it happens. Someone like what's in my archives? uh, so one thing I've been trying to do is just to be better at not giving that away is just to
I
like
think
always
yeah.
check your archives kind of compulsively so that if they do something, like if they check a remote, just check the archives like first thing you do, like no matter what it is.
I
And that
just
kind of
try to
throws them off.
remember.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not that good at it. There's too many other things I have to remember in this game, so I feel like.
And I
Where's
know.
my?
I think you should have put back marked accounts instead of sweeps week.
Hmm.
Like he's
Yeah.
doing a really good job at keeping low cards in hand.
Well, now he's got Mr. Lee, so he's drawing pretty compulsively, right? So, I think
Yeah.
if I held my sweeps week, now would have been the time to drop it. Or did I
But
use
like
it? I think I used it then.
marked accounts would have been like a reverse siphon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Although
Oh
you're
man,
sitting at some good money.
got some good money. I'm looking for my Astro. If I can find my Astro, I can win almost. Pretty close. Looks like I'm just gonna score this Beal. Yeah. 3, 4.
I think scoring the Beal here was you needed to get it out of your hand, but I don't know if like Biotic was really expensive. Putting you at 4 credits.
The Astro token should be on the Beal. Oh no, because I biotic. Never mind.
Yeah. Like you could have fast tracked the Biotic to or fast tracked then Biotic to get the
Right.
Astro.
Yeah, I still can do that though. Right. I've still got the fast track, so it's kind of what I'm
Yeah,
looking for.
but he might be trashing that Sansan.
Right.
'Cause he's got a bunch of money now. It's just so hard to deal with getting 3 credits every turn. That's...
Those tokens are starting to disorient me in a little way because the way the way Thomas likes to do this is he puts the tokens on the card so that he knows to take them off of him to gain his money, right? And
Yeah.
so it becomes very disorienting when all the colors go flying all over the place. But it's not his fault. It's he's playing it very well and he's keeping the credits on the level.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not so used to it. I don't play with them. I usually
Yeah,
use
it's like
standard tokens, but.
he's the only person I know that has those tokens in the Seattle area.
Oh no, Ryan
Oh,
Angel
really?
has them. Yeah, yeah, Ryan has them.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's got he always uses them. But I mean, yeah, it's
Like,
just I'm getting
not
used to them.
seeing
Yeah,
them. Yeah. Like I'm just used to like most people who have
Trash
3D
and
printed
Jacks.
tokens. They're Team Covenant tokens.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love the Team Covenant tokens. Those are good tokens. I recently got my set of penny gems, which is pretty cool.
The penny gems I do like.
They feel cool, and I like how they stack. But primarily like when you're grabbing like a bunch of data sucker tokens, they kind of like adhere to the card so that you don't have to worry about them flying all over the place when you like grab a bunch of them and slide them off into your pile. It's kind of cool. Small things.
Yeah. It's like Magic players, like there's this whole secondary market of Magic cards. Netrunner players just have a secondary market on tokens.
Yep. Sansan.
2 Sansan.
That's 2 Sansans. This makes it very scary. I can. He has to siphon me, I think, or he's gonna.
Yeah. I haven't seen
Go
a single
R&D.
siphon yet.
No,
Is
me
he
either.
playing siphonless?
No, he's got siphon.
Okay.
I don't know why I did this. This was a mistake. I should have let him access, and I should have scored my Beal, and then I should have fast tracked the Astro to win. That was a mistake. Oh, why did I do that?
He
Because
has
I'm
the RDI
bad.
out. RDI is those two accesses,
He does have RDI, but
but he wouldn't win.
he wouldn't win on one access, right? No,
He would
wait.
need to hit two
One, two,
agendas.
3, 4, 5, 6.
He has
No, he
six,
would.
or
He
his.
would.
Oh yeah, he
Next
has six
agenda
points.
wins for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I
yeah.
did that. It's and I see the pad campaign and I'm like, 50% chance to not lose the game on that. No, man. Yeah,
I would have been tempted to just credit install the pad campaign.
yeah, yeah. I think there are a lot of that's a good play. I think just not rezzing the toll booth, even though like there's a good chance I'd lose. I think my best plan of action is to gamble there and then just win next turn. Although then he could go in twice, so then he'd actually get at least 3 cards, and he had another RDI on the supplier. Yeah, it's a tough spot. Maybe it
Yeah.
was the right play. Maybe it was the right play. All
Keeping
right.
him out.
Yep.
So is that the game?
Yeah, that's a wrapper or a pop-up window.
It was some ice.
Oh, shut down
Yeah.
that toll booth. Yeah, saw that coming.
Yeah, criminals have really cool tools. It's just
Yeah, high impact tools. They really do. That's shutdown just reads, make the corp lose the most expensive ice credits. That's.
and now you're just like he's going to get 3 accesses on
Yeah.
R&D if he runs.
Yeah. So I'm gonna install here for 2. Take 2 credits. Take a credit. And install drawing a card. That was a mistake.
I would have been
should've done
tempted
that,
to
yeah.
install the pad campaign in the
In
on
the
San.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to avoid drawing.
Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, because right now I want to limit the number of fresh cards on R&D.
Yeah.
But yeah, live and learn.
And he would have had to run that in case it was an agenda.
You're right.
Because if you were at 5, because you could have gone to 5 credits
Right.
somehow.
Right. We're having a little discussion about. I'm not sure what. Probably about
Netrunner.
Hub. Netrunner talk. Yep.
Yeah,
Just talking about Netrunner while we're playing Netrunner. See those cool spoilers from Chrome City?
I did.
It's looking sweet.
It's I don't know if the HB fast advance is going to be a thing, but it has 15 influence, which is pretty nuts.
Well, there already is HP fast advance with engineering.
No, but in a
feature.
40 card deck, is the thing.
Oh, no. That deck's got to be a flatline deck, in my view.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, even in their description, they were talking about, ooh, it only takes 1 more brain damage for you to flatline someone with 1 scorched earth.
Yeah,
okay.
but if you but you have all the biotics in faction, and then you could just import in the 3 Sanzans.
yeah,
And yes, the
no,
one
no,
downside
it's
is
only 10 influence, isn't it? 40-10.
no, it's 15.
Is
I'm
it?
pretty sure it's 15. Yeah,
Oh.
that's why it's it is pretty nuts.
Okay.
Let me check. Chrome City Netrunner.
This is becoming a thing. We have you Google information while we're watching our videos.
Yeah, it's a 40-15.
Wow. Huh.
That's
impressive.
So I can just see oh man.
But that
I
ID
play Fundraiser and
that ID actually really hurts Andromeda.
not really.
You don't think so? Having
It just means she discards 1 card on turn 1.
which kind of is bad for her, right?
Uh,
I mean, it's bad for everybody, but she
Enough.
has to play 4 cards. If she doesn't play all her
She-
cards out, she
yeah.
discards a bunch of cards. That seems
Yeah.
worse,
But I can just see fast advance for being pretty nutty.
Yeah. All right. Well, you'll have to build it, and we'll put it on put it on hidden assets and show the world
Yeah.
when it comes
That's
out.
just, oh man, I can just see it now. Like 3 pop-up windows, 3 Sands, and like 3 fundraisers.
Yep.
Or no, actually, I would do 3 shipments from Sansan,
Hmm.
and then you just have biotics and like all the goofy fast advance tools. NHB has so many 3-2s.
So this here, he can't. He's gonna have to click through one of them. I don't think he can get through everything.
But he's got 2
Four,
RDIs. That's bad
5,
news bears.
8. How did he get through everything? Oh, he used sucker tokens.
Yeah,
There's Nastar. That's game.
yeah.
Yep. That's. I should have fast tracked it. I knew I should have fast tracked it. I was really worried about a
But then he
legwork.
could legwork. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
you're in an awful position, and you had a bunch of agendas in hand, which was problematic.
Yeah. All right. Good games to Thomas.
Yep.
Thanks for being on camera. And yeah, man, I think I learned something here. I learned how to not suck quite as much.
It's like not res the toll booth. Or...
Don't res the toll booth. You know, I think that was the
Actually,
right
you kind of
play.
had to. I
I
don't
didn't know it was there, right? I mean, yeah, I guess I kind of had to,
The
but
power shutdown, though.
power shutdown.
Yeah, or no, emergency shutdown is
Oh, yeah.
so rough when you res
Yeah.
that toll booth.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Thomas goes on, and I go back to table number 2, and we'll see you next time on Hidden Assets.
Have a good one.